First of all, introduce yourself.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Omar Shokko from the Gambia.
From Gambia?
Studying at Reading University.
What?
Studying at Reading University.
Reading University.
Yes, before? From Gambia. I have been here before.
Did you meet me in the office?
I have met you.
Yes, right. Are you the one from whom I asked about the Bulaware?
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Where have you been all this time?
I've been coming here, but I've been with you also. Once in a while, yes. And I've been here even yesterday for the briefing.
I see.
Yes.
Very good. Pleased to meet you again.
Yes, thank you.
What's the question?
Actually, I've not listened to most of the tapes.
You have
So
not listened?
I've not listened to all the tapes.
Right.
So the questions, I have two questions. Perhaps some of them have been asked before, I don't know.
If they have been answered before, we are referring to the 10 tape.
That's right.
And that will be provided to you.
Okay, sir.
Right?
Yes.
Please go ahead.
My first question is, actually, I would like to know why the Quran addresses itself in the plural form, we.
Quran itself, I can follow that.
Why
Closer to the microphone, please.
why the Quran addresses itself with the plural, we.
You mean God?
Yes, God addresses, I asked this question simply because I was...
Although I have answered this question many times before, but I do it again.
I see. I asked this question because I've been talking with a Christian who in fact talked about the Bible talking in the plural form. And his answer for that reason was that the God is not alone, that is, he is with somebody else, which he is referring as Jesus. Because he has a partner with God, therefore he talks in the plural and not in the singular.
That is the point.
So I also discovered that the Quran is in that sort of form, in the real plural form.
I explain.
Alright. And the second question...
Before the second question is asked, I will try to answer the first one. So you could sit down and listen to the answer and then rise up ahead. The Holy Quran has done this for many reasons. One of the reasons being that you have mentioned. If Bible has that style and Allah mentions himself in Bible as we occasionally, and the Quran only said I and not we, then it would appear to the readers of the Bible that is a different God and ours is a different God. Ours was the plural one, and this is some singular God who could not marry and could not bear offspring. So both the books were speaking of a different person altogether. But the Quran also speaks in plural and yet claims categorically that I am one. So the question begins, if somebody is single and he still refers to himself as plural, is that acceptable in human languages? Is there any analogy to this? There is, of course. If you read the languages of the kings of great empires particularly, they issue orders in the name of a plural king while they are single. We do that and we say that. We pass this verdict and this shall be carried. Things like that. While everybody knows that those kings are singular, yet they are also known to refer to themselves in singular many times. Where they mention we, there they represent the state power. There a special emphasis is laid on a certain subject, and it is made known to everyone who hears that order that it is not I alone, in the sense that a single person is addressing you and he himself will be responsible for the execution. All those who are beneath me, the entire power and might of the kingdom works at my bidding. So it becomes becomes we when the question of execution comes into mind. And to indicate might, great might, we is referred to, we is adopted, the expression of we, while the person is single. Similarly, it adds grandeur. Sometimes when you change a reference of a singular to a plural or a plural to a singular, a new meaning is added to that. And an awe-inspiring personality comes into mind. For instance, this is the commonest practice in every language. In English too, for instance, when you say thou, that means somebody who is not only equal to you, but maybe most often than not is inferior to you. So thou turned into you, which is in fact a plural word, not a singular. And gradually, as the civilization advanced, thou disappeared totally, almost entirely, and you remained in the market. Yet, after a very long disappearance, thou tended to reappear at certain places where high respect is required. So even Bible refers to that plural God as thou, not as you. There the cat is out of the bag. If he were really a plural, then when the human beings are told in Bible to address him, they should have addressed him as you, not as thou, but not in a single instance he is addressed as you. Just the singular thou, because there the normal practice has been changed to add grandeur to his personality, to tell that you are different from everybody else. Yet you are thou and not you. Similarly, out of love, some husbands would call their wife as thou. That is to say, in Urdu. Now I'm transferring to Urdu because in Urdu, thou stands for tu and you stands for aap. So normally, it's the common behavior that people address each other with aap. But sometimes when you love somebody too much, instead of not out of disrespect, but out of love, you change your style and start addressing him as thou, that is tu. So similarly, the Muslims out of love address Ahmad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam as tu. In poetry, this is most often adopted. In oratory, when you are addressing Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you never do that normally as tu, but in certain context, when his grandeur is to emphasize, when your love is to emphasize, suddenly instead of saying you begin to say address him as tu. So there are figures of speech in fact, all of them, and they should not be misunderstood. Every religion has adopted the same style, so has Islam. But Islam is very clear-minded about it. Islam makes it very clear that don't misunderstand. We address to ourselves as we, yet we are one and not two or three. That has been manifestly made clear in Islam. But unfortunately, in the earlier books, although we believe it was made clear, but later people of later ages, gradually interpolated and everything and subtracted things and played havoc with their own books. I hope you are satisfied, and I hope you will satisfy others as well.
That's right. The second question is, now